Well, welcome everybody once again to IAG Trade Talk. I'm your host, Andrew Scott, and we're very, very happy today to have two good friends from Cebu in the Philippines, developing the NUSTAR Resort and Casino that you may have heard about. We have Katrina de Jesus, Director of Business Development for Universal Hotel and Resorts, and Trevor Hammond, Vice President of Gaming Operations for NUSTAR Resort and Casino. So Katrina and Trevor, welcome to IAG Trade Talk.
Hi, Andrew. Thank you for having us today, and welcome and hello from Cebu.
Yeah, hi, Andrew. It's great to be on board on this talk show today. Looking forward to it.
Well, I'm looking forward to it too. I mean, Trevor, you're an old friend from Macau, knowing you for a long time. Katrina, you're a new friend, and I've been to Cebu a few times, and we've been hearing a lot about NUSTAR, so I'm really interested to learn more. I mean, just let's start off with a broad question. What can you tell us about NUSTAR?
Andrew, you know what? NUSTAR is actually a brainchild of one of the top conglomerates here in the Philippines, and it was envisioned to be the first world-class integrated resort development in Cebu City. Our objective is to make it the top-of-mind choice for all entertainment and leisure offerings, be it dining, retail, hospitality, and gaming. And you know, us being in Cebu City, we really take pride in the beauty of this island, and that's why we're calling it Island of New Possibilities.
Well, it's a beautiful place, Cebu, with a great reputation. So
Indeed.
It'll be wonderful when we can finally get there. How's development progressing? I mean, we're in the middle of COVID at the moment. It's presented a challenge for everybody. What challenges has it presented for you guys, and how is the rollout sort of schedule going?
All right. Well, the property will open up in the first half of 2022. And I think we're most fortunate that we've managed to continue construction and development throughout the pandemic. That's something which is really exciting for us, and we're very happy to be in this position. Looking really forward to it.
So we've seen the Philippines developing a lot as pretty much, I guess, the number two after Macau destination for IRs across Asia, and in terms of business and action across Asia. We've seen the development of Entertainment City in Manila, and we're also seeing quite a centre growing up in Clark in the zone up there. Why Cebu? Why is Cebu seen as an attractive place for IRs now?
You know, I think Cebu is just but organic to be a top choice for a development like this. Next to Manila, Cebu is actually the second biggest metropolis. It's a center for tourism, and it is a gateway for commercial businesses. And so this was actually a top choice for the group when we were identifying the location for our banner project.
And the company that's developing NUSTAR, that's Universal. Please forgive me, I don't quite understand the difference between Universal. I'm sure a lot of our viewers won't understand either. So perhaps you can just take a moment to explain the structure and what the two companies are, and a bit about the history of Universal.
Sure. Universal Hotels and Resorts Incorporated is actually a privately owned company. It was primarily developed or created for integrated resort and gaming developments. Currently, Andrew, we actually have another format that we've already started operations in. It's in Mindanao. Actually, it's called the Grand Imperial. So this is a smaller type of gaming facility with a few tables and a few slot machines. And this is in partnership with PAGCOR. But of course, our flagship project is NUSTAR Resort and Casino here in Cebu City.
So the company's already running a gaming facility. I mean, not a big integrated resort, of course, but Mindanao in the south of the Philippines. Tell us a little bit about that. I mean, it doesn't matter how big or how small it is. At least it's an operation, right? So Tell us a little about what Universal is already doing with PAGCOR.
Right. It's actually a satellite gaming facility. So our very first is in General Santos. And we're proud to say that it's actually a mini integrated resort in a way, because it's right next to one of our hotel outfits, which is also part of our affiliate group, part of the brands of our affiliate group. We're fortunate that during the pandemic, foot traffic has been consistent and the performance has been good. And we're seeing improvements now, of course, with the pandemic being resolved through the rollout of vaccination.
Well, it's been a very challenging time for the whole industry everywhere. And the Philippines has been, I think we all know Philippines has been pretty hard hit by the pandemic. So we wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we can all get over that pretty soon, which will allow you to develop a little bit more there in Cebu. Obviously, running a smaller property is quite different to running a full-scale integrated resort. Of the type that we've seen explode across Asia, particularly Macau, 2 in Singapore, a number in Entertainment City in the Philippines now. How will your company go about acquiring the expertise and the skills and the know-how necessary to run one of these big integrated resorts with so many moving parts, gaming, non-gaming, F&B, entertainment, labor issues, the list goes on and on. How is your company approaching that learning process?
Andrew, I think there's a lot of expertise out there, and this is what the company has embarked on, is by hiring a team out there that's got all the experience to be able to open up integrated resorts, to develop the business, and really in terms of Cebu, this is really a great opportunity for the region as well to hire locals. There's a lot of talent out here. I've witnessed this in the last 6 months that I've been here. So we got a real large pool, and we're very, very fortunate to be in that position. So that's how we're doing it, hiring some very good people.
Key subject matter experts, executives in the realms of gaming and hospitality and entertainment. We're in good hands, Andrew.
Well, I guess, Trevor, you're one example of that hiring process, right? We know you from your work in Macau, and now you're over there in Cebu. And what about, just expand a little bit on that in terms of local people in Cebu. Are there perhaps staff that have worked in Entertainment City? Entertainment City's been going for a while now, right? So have you been able to recruit people that may have worked in other properties in Manila, or even may have worked in Padcore properties in that part of the Philippines?
Yes, definitely. We've got quite a few of our new team members that have worked in Manila Entertainment City, and they bring with them, the wealth of experience from the local gaming sector, which I've really drawn on that. From coming from Macau to Philippines has been interesting and a great challenge. A lot for us to learn here, but it's been really exciting. The gaming industry is, it's the same all over, but it's different, if you understand what I mean. Each region is really unique.
It's great to see the Philippines expanding in this way. I remember when Resorts World Manila opened back in 2010, I think it was the first sort of truly integrated resort in the Philippines. And now we've got all these properties in Entertainment City. We've got a number of properties in Clark that are leveling up to new phases. And now we see this new center in Cebu, which kind of makes sense. Katrina, you're saying it's the second biggest population in the Philippines. Well, integrated resorts need population base, don't they? And any place with a decent population is a good candidate for integrated resorts. So what can you tell me about NUSTAR that might set it apart from other IRs that might be popping up in the region soon? What can you tell us about the different elements of the integrated resort? Traditionally, integrated resorts, of course, we have gaming, we have F&B, we have hotels, but then we have other features as well: entertainment, wow features, architecture. Some integrated resorts have their own special features like movie cinemas and things like that. Run us through a little bit about the components and what will set NUSTAR apart from other resorts in the region.
Right, on the gaming side, we've got a very large gaming floor, 21,000 square meters. The lower ground, where predominantly most of the mass tables are, is 10,000 square meters. And then on the second floor, we've got the VIP area where we've got 11,000 square meters. So it's a large property. And then in terms of the mix, of course, we've got a whole array of different game types. I'm not going to give you the details of that. We'll wait for everybody to come and visit us and see it for themselves. But of course, we've got all the basic game types that are found in Asian casinos out here in the Philippines, Macau, and the region.
And in terms of hospitality, of course, we have 3 hotel towers. Tower 1, which is NUSTAR Hotel, will be our ultra luxurious hotel that will cater to the most discerning of guests. And then we have Philly in Tower 2, which is the very first true Filipino brand in hospitality. And our third tower is Grand Summit, which is actually located in our Grand Imperial General Santos gaming outlet as well. Of course, let's not forget the other pockets of entertainment, Andrew. We have our Performing Arts Theater, which will be the biggest in Cebu once we open. Our grand ballroom with a panoramic view of the ocean. Beautiful, beautiful convention center. We also have our Sky Deck that will be the first in the region, in the Visayas region at least, which will have a 180-degree view of Mactan and Cebu City Islands. And my personal favorite, which is the Marina Boardwalk, which is a boardwalk that's wrapped around our property. People can just go there and view the beautiful sites around NUSTAR. C-Clex, which will be opening right before us, is a beautiful infrastructure that's painted in front of us.
Well, that sounds like a lot. I mean, you've got a huge amount of space to work with there, and that's a lot of attractions and features. It certainly sounds like a full-scale integrated resort like we might expect in any major city. I mean, I've been to your website, and it looks very, very. The pictures are very pretty. So I hope that it develops out the way they are. I'm sure it will. Let's talk a little bit about the commercial and business side. Philippines traditionally has been more of a locals market than a place like Macau that obviously relies on a lot of international visitation from mainland China anyway. And so we see the product mix and the player mix being quite different in the Philippines. A lot of locals play, a lot of slots play. I know when I walk around other integrated resorts, gaming floors in the Philippines, you see the signage and there's 6 languages sometimes. There's Korean, there's Japanese, there's English, there's other languages. Tell us a little bit about who you think will be your target market. I'm sure there's probably be multiple target markets. What kind of mix you think you might have? The ability to get international visitation to Cebu, which is obviously a different place to Manila. I mean, what's the airlift like? And what kind of mix do you think you might have between the different visitation within the Philippines and outside the Philippines too?
Sure. Well, I think that, we look forward to welcoming guests from all over the Asian region. Korea, Japan, Southeast Asian countries, and of course, not to mention the millions of local Filipinos. That is a large market out there that we're looking at.
On the local market, I actually just wanted to jump in there. In relation to our other project, which is Grand Imperial, I think now is that we're earning a good wealth of customer database. So we have a good grasp of what really is going on, or who is the market, not just in Luzon, Visayas, but also in Mindanao. So, our casino marketing teams basically are really pushing forward as to how we can enroll more to our programs, right? Our gaming programs.
Tell me a bit about access. One of those important things for an integrated resort is access dynamics, getting people and frankly their money to the resort from wherever they happen to be around Asia. So firstly, access within the Philippines. Where exactly, forgive me for not knowing, but where exactly is it located in relation to the major sort of population base of Cebu locally? What's the airlift access like domestically and even internationally as well? I mean, flights per week from Korea and Japan and other maybe Southeast Asia. What are those access dynamics like for the property?
Okay. Like I mentioned earlier, this is actually a gateway for international and domestic travel. As a matter of fact, the second biggest airport here in the Philippines, Mactan Cebu International Airport, is within our location. At full complement, it can accommodate up to 16 million passengers a year. Pre-pandemic, I think it was already hitting 11 million per year, right? So we have that for our neighboring countries in Southeast Asia. And for domestic travel, of course, it's the same airport that's catering to them, but there's an option of sea travel. And I can speak for our neighboring provinces such as Bohol, Dumaguete, and Negros. In terms of getting to our site from the airport, we're lucky that there's a third bridge, the one that I mentioned earlier, CCLEX, that's going to be opening a couple of months before us. We're sure that will aid the travel of domestic market here. And we're also fortunate that it's going to be landing a couple hundred meters right before our property. So people coming from Mactan will just have an ease of access and transport to our development, NUSTAR.
Ideally,
Sorry, go ahead, Trevor.
I was saying it's a ideally located operation and property. As Katrina mentioned, it's only a couple of hundred meters. The bridge actually comes through from the airport and lands very close to the property itself. So the trip time.
Yeah, I was sorry, go ahead. I was about to ask you, how long will it take if I walk out of the airport? How many minutes before I'm at the property?
Probably about 30
minutes, yes.
As opposed to maybe more than 1 hour now.
Yeah, I mean, infrastructure here is very well supported by the local government unit. So the timing is just impeccable for all of the developments here in this area. And we're lucky to be part of that. I'll give you a tidbit of information, Andrew. Pre-pandemic, and we're foreseeing that it's going to come back once travel is normalized, right? There are actually some unique locations in Southeast Asia that fly direct to Cebu instead of flying to Manila. And this is primarily because this is a jump-off point for other destinations in the Philippines. So within our region, Cebu is a familiar face.
Yeah, well, I know there's a flight directly from Macau, or they're with Cebu Pacific, which I've caught a few times. So that's great. What other city? Maybe you could just name a few of the cities if you happen to know off the top of your head.
3 cities, South Korea, but top of mind, I don't have them.
No problem. Yeah. That was bit of a question without notice there. No problem at all.
Okay. No, even more unique destinations from South Korea. Yeah.
Really? Okay, that's interesting. I mean, I know. I'm going to give you another question without notice here. Sorry about that. I mean, golf courses. You see in the Philippines, you see Koreans arriving with their golf bags. I know I've stood at that arrival lane at Clark, for example, and I'm the only Westerner. I'm surrounded by Koreans, and every second guy's got a golf club bag with him. It's cheaper to fly to the Philippines and play golf than to play golf back home. So. Maybe you might get a few golfers around that area. Are there golf courses nearby, Trevor?
Yes, there are. There are 4, I believe, from what I know. We've got Alta Vista. There's the Cebu Country Club. There's another one on Mactan Island, and I don't recall the name of the 4th one. But there's so much to do in Cebu, and I think that we should mention that this is really a destination for visitors to this region. There's water sports, there's islands, there's golfing, and it's just a beautiful place. I mean, the water is so pristine clear. I love it.
I could vouch for that. When I used to play poker in the APPT, they had an event there every year, and I think I went 3 or 4 years or something like that. It was a while ago now. We always used to love going to Cebu and staying in Mactan. It was just a beautiful place. Sounds like you've been busy, Trevor. You haven't had time to check out all the golf courses. You've been hard at work.
Well, yes, of course.
It's hard work setting up an integrated resort, as I think all of our viewers know. Hey, let's just talk a little bit about future expansion plans. I mean, is there a phase 1, phase 2, even phase 3, as we often see in integrated resorts? Is that planned?
Yes, this is planned. From a gaming perspective, we open up with the first phase in March next year. We'll open probably around about 100 tables and 800 machines, EGMs in the first phase. And then after that, I think it's about 4 to 5 months later, we'll then move up into the VIP areas as a second phase. And on the
other components, Andrew, our commitment to become the destination for entertainment and leisure will be seen in our other offerings, as mentioned. So the performing arts theater, the ballroom, and the sky deck will come in phases as well. And actually, as a surprise, we're also looking at developing a portion of the land next to us. So I won't spill beans yet at the moment, but there is big potential and big possibilities for us to expand our offerings in hospitality and entertainment.
Sounds like it might be something for a future interview.
Indeed.
Just expanding out to Universal, I know it's run by Mr. Frederick Go, and I'm interested in knowing a little bit about his group. So you already have hotels, and you've already got this smaller property. What are the sort of longer term plans at a corporate level for the company as a whole? Is this one of several developments, or what's the longer term vision there?
I can only speak for Universal Hotels. So we will be sticking to our vision, which is to develop integrated resort gaming developments and gaming properties, basically. But what's certain here is that Robinson Stan Corporation is our partner, and in NUSTAR, they are the owners and the operators of our hotels and our malls.
All right, very good. Well, it sounds like you're going to be very, very busy there. Trevor, I think you said first half of 22, right?
Yes.
That's in a few weeks.
It is.
If you put it that way, it doesn't sound that good.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Well, first half of 22 is, of course, a 6-month window. So we look forward to seeing the property open. We wish you the best of luck in all the development. It's great to speak to you both. And we'd love to have you on the show again. So Trevor Hammond and Katrina De Jesus, thank you so much for being on IAG Trade Talk. And, let's speak again soon when you've got more to tell us.
Thank you. And we look forward to having everyone in NUSTAR Resort and Casino.
Likewise. Thank you very much, Andrew. That was great.
Very good. Okay. Thanks, guys. And thank you to you as well for your attention and viewing IAG Trade Talk. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.